bloody guardrail screwed him. Funny. Everything in that wreck was smashed, except this.
Well, one of you guys radio for a wrecking car? We're going to have to cut him out.
Chandler, you heard the pathologist testify there's an unusually high concentration of alcohol found in your husband's blood system, approximately equivalent to 2/3 of a bottle of 70-proof spirits. Did your husband normally drink this much? You'll have to answer yes or no for the stenographer.
Yes.
A little louder, please.
Yes.
Thank you, Mrs. Chandler. You may step down.
May I leave?
Yes, of course. Does that conclude the list of witnesses, Mr. Bateman?
Yes, it does, Mr. Coroner.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard all the evidence. Normally, I'd ask you to retire and bring in a verdict. In this case, I want to adjourn the inquest for this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, I'd like you all to reconvene at the Miller Road car compound. I want you to examine the accident vehicle and see for yourselves just how this fatality could have been averted. Constable, would you please give the jury the address and the times? Thank you very much. All right. Buy a drink.
No, thanks, Steve. I've got to go to the airport. I'm meeting some friends coming in from Vancouver.
I'm not going anywhere, Steve.
You're not kidding.
Arnie.
Sounds like a nut.
All I'm going by is Bob's letter.
The child is that sick, it should be in a home. I mean, she isn't qualified to look after it.
There they are. Hey, Bob, come on.
Who's that, Daddy?
That's an old friend of mine.
Bob, how was
Good to see you.
How you doing? Oh, I never met her. Oh, you remember my sister Ann?
I sure do. Ann, how are you?
Very well.
This is Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Hello, sweetheart.
Is she a beauty? Hey? And this is Nina.
Minutes late.
Maybe he got hung up in traffic.
Come on, he knows where they find this place. Listen, folks, I think we'll go on ahead with our...
Morning. Everyone here?
You know where the car is?
Yep.
Folks?
Saw her, huh?
You're late.
It was only a couple of minutes late.
15 minutes late.
Oh. Well, we had a bit of a bash last night, Bob Eden and me.
Oh, Arnie. Want some aspirin? I don't have any water.
Oh. Well, can't you strike a stone or something?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the car. I want you to consider two things carefully. First of all, the unsafe guardrail that speared this car. It entered here, came through here, to the back of the front seat, clear out the back window. Sitting here, John Chandler was literally cut in half by it. Every one of us drives a buggy something like this one.
But the driver, Chandler, was drunk.
Of course he was drunk, but my point is this. If technology today is capable of landing an electronic instrument safely on the moon, then why can't technology package a human being to survive a far lesser collision in a car? All right, we have safety belts, collapsible steering columns.
What are you getting at, Doctor?
Just this. The rate of introducing safety features in the manufacturing of automobiles is nothing compared to the actual rate of automobile deaths. We are all potential victims of indifferent automotive design. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll reconvene at 7:30 tonight.
Steve, give me those aspirins, will you? Maybe that watchman has some water. Thanks. You know a guy called Heimbecker?
Should I?
Yes,
Why?
because he was in court yesterday.
So?
So he happens to be a vice president of IMC's legal department. And that car back there is an IMC product.
Hi there. You got any water for my friend here?
Yeah, inside.
Thanks.
You the coroner?
Yep.
Brought your jury along to view a wreck, eh?
That's right.
That's a good idea. Seems I've always thought they should hold two inquests on these car deaths. One for the person and one for the car.
I feel like someone kicked me right in the kidneys. Get yourself one of those blow-up rings like I got to sit on.
Yeah?
Hi, mate.
Hi, Joe. Hey, where have you been? You still owe me $10.
Out west. Can I have a couple of cups of coffee?
Sure, you got the money. You can have anything you want, honey.
Just coffee, thanks. See you in a minute, Joe.
All we want is a month. 2 at the most. Okay. You can do it. You can guarantee it. I said, okay. You just want to be assured, Mr. Elliott. You'd better count it. Here. There's $5,000 in there, Mr. Elliott. I'd count it. I'll take your word for it. That's very flattering. Anything else? Nothing. Good day, Mr. Elliott. Forget it.
Out of one. Thank you. Drop in again if you buy this way.
Thank you. Okay. Well, very well.
Good. Where do you want the second phone, Mrs. Eden?
In the master bedroom, please.
Yes, ma'am.
When you finish, would you do something for me, if you have time?
Yeah, sure.
Would you put one on the front door and one on the back door? On the inside.
On the inside?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Thank God we're out of that hotel. Oh, what color are we getting in the bedroom?
White.
For purity?
Any special place in the bedroom?
I'll go with you.
What are you doing?
Coloring. Is this going to be my room?
Yeah, sure.
Where's Linda going to sleep?
With your mother.
Oh.
Honey, I'm going to leave you a phone number. You remember Mr. Bateman? Hmm? Well, it's his phone number. If you want me for anything, you can call me there, okay?
Okay.
Let me hear you read the numbers.
367-8118.
Good girl. See you later, sweetheart. Are the phones working yet? Damn, I wanted to call Ernie about a meeting he's setting up for me.
Ask the people next door. Will you be home for dinner?
I don't know. If this meeting works out, I may be with McKendrick most of the day.
McKendrick?
A friend of Arnie's is in some kind of jam with the income tax people.
Will you call me?
Yeah. Oh, the movers said they'd be here by 10 o'clock, so I left a check for them on the windowsill in the living room. If you need me, you can get me through Arnie's office.
Hi there. Left it in the trunk.
Hello, Mr. Highmaker.
Miss Rankin?
Shall I tell Mr. Giver's secretary that you've arrived?
Sure.
Mr. Cummings is here today.
He's here. Very well timed. What's he like?
He does his job.
I hope your faith in him has been justified.
Yes? Ask him to step in. Charles, I don't believe you've met our chairman.
No, I've not had the pleasure. How do you do, sir?
Well, I'm not quite sure yet.
How did you do? The union has agreed to postpone negotiations for at least 1 month, and perhaps for 2.
Guaranteed?
Here are the photographs, and this is a transcript of our conversation.
I don't see any money.
Would you like to listen to the tape?
I hope you realize why this is so important, Mr. Heimbecker.
Shareholders meeting on the 27th. Sales off, profits down. An increase in wages at this time wouldn't sit so well with Mrs. Blank.
Who?
She's the faceless lady who owns 1.5 shares of IMC. She's the faceless lady we're all scared stiff of. A shareholder with the voting rights.
I see you understand quite readily.
I understand Mrs. Blank, sir. As long as she receives her quarterly dividend check, she's happy. Our job is to keep her happy. It's really quite simple.
There is one other thing, Mr. Heimbecker. I see that coroner, Dr. Wojeck, is about to start an inquest involving one of our cars.
I know, I was there.
I don't want anything to upset our shareholders' meeting. Neither unions or public officials. Do you understand?
Stop him if you have to. Have a cigar.
Thank you. Either or, neither nor. Mr. Carter, please. Turn off the tape recorder. You know this man, Wojeck?
Well, I haven't figured out the depletion allowance yet, but with it, I should have...
Scotch and water here. The soda there and the martini over there.
Well, I see your friend Wojeck's up to his old tricks, eh?
Who are you? Steve Wojeck, the chief coroner. You'll have to meet him.
He's gonna get booted out one of these days.
Oh, he knows that. But Steve isn't the kind to go gracefully.
Yeah, well, I have my own problems. What I was about to say was I figure I owe the Receiver General about $1.5 million in back taxes and maybe, 3/4.
Well, that's a pretty big maybe.
Oh, it's not that, really. It's just that I need every dollar I can get my hands on these days. You see, I want to option some oil deals.
What do you want me to do?
Buy me some time. Give me a little room to maneuver in. If I can get a year's moratorium on that debt, I'll be able to swing this oil option deal and make enough money to pay off the Receiver General.
You make it sound like it's small change.
If this oil deal goes through, Bob, it is. Come on now, we got an arrangement.
Come on, you've got an arrangement. Good boy.
Well, gentlemen, I wish you a long and fruitful marriage.
Cheers. Thanks, Arnie.
It's all right, sport. Just keep a candle in the window for a potential partner.
You figure on quitting the AG's office, Arnie?
No, but I'm a friend of Steve's. And any friend of his is an enemy of theirs.
I'm going to have to meet this Wojeck character.
You will, I promise you.
Hey, where's the phone? I want to call Nina and tell her the good news.
Will you tell her you're going to be working late, too?
It's right by the bar as you come in.
Hey, Arnie. Look, that's Charlie Heimbecker. Gentlemen, excuse me, I haven't seen him since law school.
Who is this Heimbecker? Why don't you like him?
Yeah, I always was a lousy poker player. He works for the legal department of IMC. He's their trick dog.
Sometimes the hoops a man has to jump through, Arnie, are his life preservers. Who's the man he's with?
The Attorney General.
The car may be so badly smashed, I may not be able to tell you if it has a mechanical defect.
I understand. How long would it take?
I don't know. I should have it at the garage, really, so I can get under it.
I got a tow truck if you want to lift it. It was whatever there, wasn't it? I thought so. Yeah, it was. I remember the car beside it. It's still here. Maybe it's been moved. It's been moved, all right.
Yeah, there she be.
What do you mean there should be?
Well, there she be. That's what I mean. It was taken away right after you left here.
By whose order?
The owners. Mrs. Chandler. She's probably sold it for junk.
Well, where's the car now?
Well, down at the scrapyard. I mean, I guess. I don't say that it is, but that's my guess.
67 IMC Avenger. Brought in this morning from the Miller Road pound. She gone through yet?
Can you stop him?
Mister, you can't hear anything up there.
Well, you gotta stop.
You stop him, mister. I'm not going near that thing.
Hey, put that feet down!
Let's go, Steve.
Find out who ordered the car sold.
I can tell you that. Got a bill of sale here from Mrs. Chandler.
Well, find out who arranged for the car to be towed here from the pond.
I can tell you that, too. We did. We got a call from a Mr. Carter. He said he was acting as the executor for the estate. He asked us if we wanted to buy the wreck, so what do? We bought it. Look, it's our business.
Where do I find this Carter?
Beats me. My man met him at the pound. Carter proved ownership of the wreck. My man gave him a check made payable to Mrs. Chandler, and that was that. You want to see the bill of sale?
Now, this is the top of the line, full power equipment, safety brakes, just about every extra you can think of. It's even got a tape deck. Listen, why don't you take a ride in one?
How much?
Let's see now. The way she stands here, I can let you have her for $53.80.
Why do you pretend we've been standing here arguing for the last hour and tell me again?
Well, I mean, that's the list price.
How much?
$4,800.
A friend of mine asked me to give you one of these.
Look, if I go any lower, I'll be cutting into my own commission.
Yeah, your share of it after your boss gets his cut. See, I can get this straight from the factory through Mr. Heimbecker. Now, do you want to turn $1 or don't you?
Well, look, I'll have to call Mr. Heimbecker. Anybody could walk in off the street with a card.
You do that. I'll be across the street at your competitions.
Look, it'll only take me a minute to call Mr. Heimbecker.
Great. It'll only take you another minute to call me across the street.
4,000, even.
You're getting warm.
Would you like to take her out for a test drive?
If we can get together on a price.
Oh, we can. No problems. I'll give you the lowest price possible. And if you don't like it, we say goodbye like gentlemen. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Do you want any extras?
Oh, the works.
Well, the works are pretty much standard on this car. The only extras are magnesium wheels and radio. I guess you can get air conditioning if you want it.
Skip the air conditioning and how much?
Well, that's it, Mr. Eden. 4,000 even.
You've got a deal.
One thing I should tell you, you're going to have to wait 6 weeks for delivery.
Can I take this one?
It's the only one we've got. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn it. I wanted to take it home tonight. Surprise for my wife.
Are you Mr. Eden?
That's right.
There's a phone call for you.
You sure you can't let me take this one?
Wish I could.
Tell him I'm coming over. Thanks very much. I want to take it home tonight.
It'll be ready for you in less than half an hour. You know, you've got some pretty good friends, Mr. Reed.
Sent us back 3 times. Are we a jury or aren't we?
What the hell? That's what we're here for, to bring in our verdict, right? I mean, if we can't bring in our verdict, why the hell does he even bother having a jury? Let him do it himself.
I think the coroner wants something more than just a verdict. I think he wants us to make some strong recommendations.
Look, it's not our fault that some drunk spears himself on a guardrail, and it's not the car manufacturer's fault.
Dr. Wojeck's point is...
We know what his point is, but I don't see how you can recommend against drunks. I mean, if a guy wants to get in his car and kill himself, that's his problem, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Steve. They're not going to change their minds, I can tell.
They can stay in there till hell freezes over.
They're coming back, Doc.
We, the jury, say that John Albert Chandler came to his death on the evening of the 14th day of May, 1967. Death was caused by acute craniocerebral contusions, brainstem hemorrhages, and a fractured spine, namely the 7th cervical vertebrae. We, the jury, find, from the evidence submitted, that the deceased, John Albert Chandler, came to his death from injuries received in an automobile, number 369247, which went out of control on the wet pavement and collided with the guardrail. We, the jury, find that the amount of alcohol in the deceased's blood system was incompatible with the safe operation of the vehicle under the existing conditions, and was the causative factor of this fatality.
Is that all? No recommendations? Thank you.
Hi, come on out. I want to show you something.
What?
Come on. Isn't he terrific?
It's nice. Looks expensive.
It is, but I got such a deal. You remember Charlie Heimbecker? What's wrong? Don't you like it? It's the color you wanted.
It's fine, Bob.
Fine? What the hell kind of reaction is fine?
I'm sorry.
What's wrong? Something happened with Linda? It's great. It really is. Hey, let's have a drink. It's been a big day. Look.
Who's McKendrick?
Arnie's friend, remember? He's a nut. He's a wonderful wheeler dealer with more money going for him than he knows what to do with. And he's my new client. How's that for a retainer, eh? 20,000. So let's have that drink. Oh, no booze. Oh, that's funny.
There are a couple of bottles of scotch.
How did you manage to do it all in one day? You got the house set up, everything, and you still have time to...
Shut up!
What happened? What happened? Is it Linda? What the hell has happened? Is Karen all right?
Linda's got a knife.
What? You left Karen alone with her?
It's all right. She's locked in her room.
She could hurt herself.
She won't.
Look. We just can't go on like this. Locks on the doors, locks on the drawers. It's like living with an animal. Darling.
I won't send her away, Bob.
Nina, we can't go on like this. She's going to hurt somebody someday. She's ruining our marriage. I can't afford to keep moving from city to city just to hide her, as if she were some kind of criminal. You can't go on believing she's going to grow out of this. She has to be put into a hospital.
No.
Yes. The child is potentially dangerous, either to herself or to somebody else.
No.
Nina, be reasonable.
She's my child. Where are you going?
She's my child too, Nina. Honey? Give it to me, honey. Linda, please give it to me. Baby, give me the knife. I'm not going to hurt you.
Steve. Hello, Cat. Steve. Steve. Morning.
Good sleep?
I had a funny dream. There was a horse show and a diplomatic ball in a strange country. You were in it, and Arnie. Arnie was a cook or a butler or, I don't know, waiter. I don't remember.
Oh, you make a good butler.
What you doing?
Writing a letter to the Prime Minister.
What are you really doing?
Writing a letter to the Prime Minister.
I see. Oh, how long has this been boiling?
What time is it?
7:10.
An hour and a half.
Okay. Why are you writing to the Prime Minister?
They want him to form a royal commission to investigate the automobile industry.
Oh. Hey, you want something to eat?
Yes.
Eggs?
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah, that's fine.
14?
Yeah, that's good. You got any meat?
Ground sirloin.
Okay.
You want a hamburger?
Yeah.
With a works?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's for breakfast? What you doing, Pop?
You want eggs or cereal?
I'll have some of this. What you doing, Pop?
I'm writing the Prime Minister.
Neat. Tell him to send me a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you want to get your sister up?
Okay. Hey, stupid! Get up!
I wish you'd teach your son some manners.
Yours, hopefully. Steve Wojeck. M.D. Where are the eggs?
I told you, I don't know the man. He just came here one day, the same day as the inquest, and gave me $200 for the wreck.
Didn't you think that was a lot of money for a car that was beyond repair?
I didn't think about it, what with the bills from the undertakers and all.
Did he pay you cash or by check?
Cash. I gave him a receipt and the registration papers, and he gave me the cash. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, but it's not your fault. Do you ever remember your husband ever complaining about the car, the way it handled?
No. He only had it about 6 weeks before the accident.
Sorry I'm late, honey. Oh, that's all right. I was just reading the latest adventures of Super Doc. See what he's done? Hey, what'd you do to your hand?
Oh, was washing a glass last night. It broke. It's nothing serious. Wojeck?
Yeah, he's written a letter to the PM asking for a full-scale investigation into car safety. Sent copies of the letter to every paper in the city.
What would you like, sir?
Martini on the rocks, please. A double.
Oh, and you might as well bring me another one.
Yes, Mr. Bateman.
Ernie, I want to commit Linda. Would your friend Wojeck help me? I mean, if I explain things to him.
Well, he's not a psychiatrist, but sure he could put you onto a couple of good ones. You sure you want to do this? What about Nina? She's not going to like it.
I know. What else am I going to do? I can't even talk to her. Nina, I mean.
That story about the glass. That was just a story?
Yeah.
2 on the front page and 1 on the editorial page. That's not bad.
You seem to admire Dr. Wojeck's tactics, Mr. Heimbecker.
He's a gutsy man.
Gutsy or not, we're going to have to stop him now.
How?
Don't be stupid. Get on the telephone to what's-his-name in Ottawa. Tell him that I want him down here this evening.
Mason?
Mason. And that union official, what's his name?
Elliot.
See what he can do. Mr. Heimbecker, perhaps you could arrange for your man Carter to get everything about Dr. Wojeck, telephone calls, letters, all that sort of thing. There must be something in his background that we can use against him now. No man's Simon Pure.
There he is.
Mr. Mason, could you spare us a minute, sir?
Certainly, gentlemen, certainly. You left Ottawa pretty early. Does this have anything to do with Dr. Wojeck's demand for a Royal Commission into auto safety?
Doctor who? You represent St. Martin's riding in the House. That's where IMC has its main assembly plant.
That's where the union has its strong representation of labor. That's why I'm here to represent those people.
And there's no truth in the rumors.
Rumors? Gentlemen, if I believed in rumors, or my parents believed in rumors, I'd still be under a cabbage waiting to be found.
There are a couple of questions, if I may.
If you may. Since when has the press asked permission to ask questions?
Why didn't these men go up to Ottawa?
Well, it's less expensive for one man to come here than it is for 6 men to fly to Ottawa. Their headquarters are here.
Well, if the union is so destitute, you know, they can't afford to fly 6 men here, how is it that the president of the union can afford a 14-room bungalow down in Bimini?
Well, I have no explanation for that. First time I've heard this story. Good day, gentlemen. Excuse me. Good day.
Sorry to trouble you, lady, but we got a report. Some trouble on your line? You make it?
No.
Well, could I come in and check? Only take a minute.
Okay, come on in.
Thank you. Anybody around here got an air rifle?
Not in this house. I don't know about the other kids.
Well, it's probably just a loose connection. Kid shooting at an insulator or something like that. Well, I'll go around the back and check the pull. If there's a long ring, don't worry about it. It'll be me. Sorry to trouble you.
No trouble.
Porter's desk. Right away, sir. 6. And be sure to knock, right?
All that's required is a private member's bill. Some kind of legislation which will compel all our competitors to conform to safety standards at the same time. That way, there'll be no price advantage in case any one of us has to raise the price. Most important, there must be no royal commission.
Cigar, sir? Thank you very much, sir.
Cognac? After Mr. Gilbert and I leave, you can stay here with Mr. Heimbecker and draft the bill. I'd like to see it first thing in the morning. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Agreed?
Yes.
Charles, Mr. Mason doesn't have any cognac.
Never touch it.
Cigar?
No, thanks. What am I going to do with these union people?
These union people elected you, Peter.
Who's for what?
Can I have a wing?
Wing. All righty. That looked great. Pardon the fingers. Okay. Now, what about you, Buster?
I'll have a drumstick.
Drumstick.
Okay.
Did you get this at the Kensington Market? And a little tiny breast for Mummy.
White meat, dear. I'll get it.
You take history too? Roman history? You know, eh? What do you take?
I'm taking history of Japan.
All right, is that enough for you?
Telegram?
Uh-huh. And the other drumstick for Daddy.
Telegram. Definitely.
it to me.
It's from the Prime Minister. He's going to do it. He's ordering a preliminary hearing to see if there's enough evidence to warrant a full-blown royal commission.
Oh, darling. That's wonderful. You must be very pleased.
Hey, Dad, could I have the telegram and show the kids?
You bet your life. Here. You guys go ahead. I'm going to phone Arnie.
Let's eat.
Arnie!
Steve, what's wrong?
I've just received a telegram from the Prime Minister. He's ordered a preliminary hearing, and he wants me to go up to Ottawa.
Hey, that's terrific, Steve.
Terrific. It's bloody marvelous.
Will you stop? Look, let me warn you. IMC isn't going to sit still for this. You can bet they know about that telegram right now.
What can they do?
Anything they can to smear you. Anything they can to discredit you. Damage your reputation.
IMC can get stuffed.
Look, Steve, don't be stupid. Don't underestimate them.
Arnie, come on up to Ottawa with me.
Stevie boy, in this province, public officials keep their mouths shut. Especially when it involves something as big as IMC.
Thanks, Arnie.
Thanks, Steve.
Good night.